Fox 29 10 o'clock news.
Silent on gun control for 2 centuries, but the Supreme Court found its voice today. They decided to affirm the right to have guns for self-defense in the home. Now, this brought cheers from some, dismay from others. Fox's Greta Van Susteren gave us her take. Now, Greta, some say thanks to this ruling, it's now going to be open season on gun regulations. Did the Supreme Court open a big can of worms today?
Well, it depends how you look at it. The very narrow ruling of the Supreme Court had to do with one law, the District of Columbia law, which did not permit people to have handguns in their homes without permits. It's carrying a pistol without a license was the charge that people constantly got charged with if you got caught with a gun in your home in this city. Now, they struck down the law which said you can't have a gun in your home, a handgun, I should emphasize. Now, does that have any impact on the rest of the country? Only insofar as the Supreme Court had rather broad language discussing the Second Amendment in general.
After the decision, gun rights groups filed a lawsuit against Chicago's handgun ban, and the NRA says they will file a similar complaint in San Francisco. What is the significance of this in those 2 places?
What they will do is they will take the analysis that the Supreme Court used in striking down the law in the District of Columbia to say that same analysis requires that you strike down our handgun law in our city in which the lawsuit is filed. But let me caution you one thing. The Supreme Court didn't say that you could never regulate guns. What it said here is just that the District of Columbia went too far. It violated the Second Amendment, and that's what the Supreme Court was saying very narrowly.
It's no secret, Greta, we have a problem with guns here in Philly. Our mayor wants to restrict how guns are purchased. Does this ruling hamper his mission at all?
Well, we don't know. I mean, if that wasn't the precise issue before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court did leave, some window open for some regulation, but it also said, talked very broadly about the Second Amendment.
Well, this is controversial. It's one of those topics that gets an awful lot of people fired up on both sides. So I have an outlet for you. Share your thoughts at CarrieLeeTV.com. I also have links there for you to check out that will give you more information about what the Supreme Court decided today. Dawn?
And Carrie Lee, more ammunition to get the guns off our streets in Philadelphia. It's a goods for guns exchange. Important information. Local leaders are teaming up with the Philadelphia Police, Forman Mills, and ShopRite for this important exchange. Now, anybody who drops off guns at Tustin Playground in Overbrook Saturday, you will get a $100 voucher redeemable at Forman Mills and ShopRite. Firearms will be accepted, no questions asked.